Today on the channel, we're back at it again with another round of Wrestling Something Wrestlers unboxing. And today, we've got a double dose of the greatest babysitter of all time in Perry Saturn. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, the Gillberg.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Figure Collections Wrestling Something Wrestlers unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Gillberg and a double dose of Perry Saturn. But for all your figure collection needs, better hit up Figure Collections. And while you're there, use code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And that's exactly what I did. I ordered a double dose of Perry Saturn and Gillberg, first timers in the line. First timers in the retro style figure line. And man, Perry Saturn especially, very underrepresented in action figure form. I think you got a Marvel Toy Biz back in the day with WCW. We did get a Jakks version. What was it? Titantron. We got these two. And is that it for Perry Saturn? That might be it. So very disappointing over the years, but hopefully this means the renaissance of Perry Saturn and maybe Figure Collections will give us the elite style treatment in the future. We'll see what happens, but I got a lot to talk about in this unboxing, especially with a good friend of the channel, Perry Saturn. But you know we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And did we start with Perry Saturn? We might as well. How about? And Perry Saturn's been an interesting one, an absolute favorite of mine from back in the Eliminators days. That's where he first came on the radar. How do we not have John Cronus? Todd, I know you don't even know what a John Cronus is. Write it down. We need to make some emails. We need to get a John Cronus figure from somewhere. Would love one to go with this Perry Saturn, maybe in the future, but the Eliminators absolutely another level in the tag team scene from ECW back in the day. Then they did break off. Cronus stayed in ECW. Perry Saturn went to WCW, was part of the flock, all points in between. Very respectable wrestler. Love Perry Saturn over there. WCW closed up shop, or I guess he left with the Radicals a little bit earlier before then. Went to the WWE, was up and down the card all over the place, and then basically fell off the face of the earth. He was on indies for a little bit, and then he was missing for the longest time. And then out of nowhere, he came back, and he actually was living about 2 hours north of me. Now, my buddy has run one of the longest independent pro wrestling companies in the Midwest for like over 30 years at this point now. And he found Perry Saturn, they got together, and Perry Saturn basically was a local on all of his shows every single weekend for like a good year. Saw Perry Saturn a ton of times, and one of these times, I'm giving the short version of the story. I'll save the long one for the podcast one of these days. But my buddy would have a huge WrestleMania party every year at his house. He'd invite all the independent promotion wrestlers from the area, and Perry Saturn would get invited. And what do you know? Perry Saturn came to the party and hung out and watched WrestleMania with all of us. Now, at the time, I had a daughter. I guess I still have a daughter. She is not deceased. She is living upstairs in this house still. Shout out to my daughter, Elle. But I was going to go make a beer run at the grocery store. Not for me, of course, for others. And we were going to get stuff, whatever it was, Todd. And I said, well, I got my kid. And I said, Perry? And she was kind of hanging out with my couch. And she was probably, I don't know, 1.5 maybe. I don't know. I'll put the picture up here. But Perry's like, yeah, go. I got it. I know my way around kids and stuff. And I said, yeah, I think there's worse people I could leave my daughter with than Perry Saturn. But she was taking a liking to Perry, of course, the face tattoos. Kids love face tattoos. It's a true story. And Perry was the nicest guy, the sweetest guy. I sat by him on the couch all night. Very easy to talk to, very nice, all those kind of things. Wrestled around forever on these independent shows. Watched my daughter. It really writes itself. It's my weekend with Perry is what it was. But then shortly after, Perry disappeared for again, and now he seems to be on the upswing again. We've seen him at some of these conventions. Hope all is well for one Perry Saturn. Look into the story more if you want to. But I hope Perry's rising like the phoenix from the ashes, and I hope we get more Perry Saturn action figures in the future. That's the quick story here. But now we're going to dive into Perry Saturn. We got two versions here. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how that goes. Now, I guess there's technically another version, as I believe this one was delayed in delivery because they forgot to put the beard on at the factory. So there is some beardless ones, which I'm not opposed to picking one of those up one of these days if there's a sale, if there's some way to get them where it's a little cheaper. I would not be opposed to that. So we'll see what happens. But Perry Saturn's got the red card this go around. Looking just like a Perry Saturn, of course. Got the figure in here, Wrestling Something Wrestlers. 18 and up on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Looking very good. This is before the face tattoos, though, on this one here. Official FC Toys licensed product, part of Series 5. Cross-sell on the back. We've unboxed a ton of these figures on the channel. Check out the retro playlist on the channel here. Glamour shot. Then you got the readout on the back as well. What's it say about one Perry Saturn? Height 5'10", 241 pounds. Origin, Cleveland, Ohio. Thankfully, not Cincinnati. Am I right, Todd McFarlane? Saturn debuted in 1990, quickly eliminating all comers in the land of the extreme. After flocking around with some birds of a feather, his career took a radical turn, mopping the floor with his opponents. How many puns can we get in here? Not enough. Could have used one more. I would have liked to see some Eliminator stuff in here. I guess he did. Eliminating all comers. So I guess we played all the hits right there. Just missing babysitter talk. I think that's the only thing missing. Unfortunately. But can I get him off the card? I'm trying my best not to destroy the card, but you know how it goes sometimes. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, sometimes they fight you. And that's life. It's really, life is like a retro card. It's, sometimes it comes off easy, sometimes it's hard as a rock. See you later. Goodbye. Came off pretty smooth, though, I will say. See you later. Goodbye. Perry Saturn time. Rocking and rolling. I love, first thing I notice is the eyebrow piercing right up there. An all-timer, of course. Looking very good. Got his ears pierced as well. A little 5 o'clock shadow on the side. A little bit of a Fu Manchu, a little darker on that one. Very dark caterpillar eyebrows there, looking good. Bald head that would make Mr. Clean blush, no doubt about it. Looking good. I would know this is Perry Saturn. And it's funny is the thing that really brings it Perry Saturn home for me is the eyebrow piercing. But does look good. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Perry Saturn all day. You got tattoos up and down the arms. Not the most intricate tattoos, of course. Does say Saturn on his stomach. Looking very nice, though. It does look retro scale or retro style, I should say, as far as tattoos do go on this one. Red Trunks edition here. You got Planet Saturn on the front. Got a logo on the back. Black knee pads. Got the white forearms into the wrist tape. 2 fists of fury to give you some ground and pound Saturn style there. Looking pretty good. Down into the white boots with the black laces. It is one Perry Saturn. Looking interesting. A little, not loose, but there's a bit of a gap in between the waist and the legs. Just a little bit unsightly on this one here. But it does look good. This is Perry Saturn. I don't hate this at all. And we haven't got enough Perry Saturn figures. So I am very happy to have this in the collection here. He also fits on a ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%. Does Perry Saturn. We'll walk through the articulation with the second Perry Saturn, how about? Because they are repaints of each other. Got the more crazy style packaging art, we'll call this one here. We saw that with Buff Bagwell once upon a time. We unboxed those on the channel as well. Perry on the side looking good. WSW Wrestling Something Wrestlers. Perry Saturn pretty in blue. And I guess I think of Perry Saturn, I usually think of him in blue from his Eliminators days, but I also think of him in his jorts as well. He wore those a lot, of course, with the flock. Looking good on the back, cross-sell, glamour shot, probably the same readout. Yep, same readout back here, 2026 figure collections. Like I said, we've unboxed a ton of these on the channel. Check out the other reviews, of course. And we're going to get old Perry off the package. Oh, yeah, that's how you do it right there. See you later. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Knocking things over. That's the way it goes. Diving into Perry Saturn, it's the same exact figure. Yep, same figure, same everything going on here. Now, the colors are different. That's the big difference between them. Head is the same going on. You got the wrapping on the hands, Fists of Fury, got the tattoos. You got the Planet Saturn right there on the trunks. Silver and black attack against the blue trunks. Black knee pads, black boots on here. That's the big differences on this one. His arms do go all the way around for us. Head back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation, looking good. And that's it. And of course, we've already seen it. He does fit on the ringside collectible stand for those keeping track at home. Probably display one with the hands up in the air and probably one with the arms on down. But you got the arm articulation, the head articulation, and the waist. And that's all you get in these retro style figures. But very cool to get a double dose of Babysitter to the Stars. Yes, I said stars. Perry Saturn looking very good here. Hopefully when they do come out with their 6-inch figures, I believe Patriot's going to be the first one. Would love to see a chance at Perry Saturn. Fingers crossed. And fingers crossed for a Gillberg. Why wouldn't we? Let's get one. Can't believe we don't got a Gillberg Elite. They could use that James Ellsworth body if they needed to. But looking good on the red card here. Part of Series 5. It is Gillberg, a guy that was a jobber once upon a time and a respectable jobber, but I think it was really reignited his career in a lot of ways, obviously with the Goldberg tribute. We'll call it a tribute. Why wouldn't we? Guys like my dad would not like things like this. He would not be like, that Goldberg, oh my gosh, you know my dad. Warlord's his favorite wrestler of all time, and I think Bill Goldberg's number 2. So that tells you a lot about my dad's wrestling fandom. But my dad would not be a fan of Gillberg, I don't believe. Looking good on the front here. On the back, cross sell, got the tail of tape, got the blurb. What's it say about our friend Dwayne Gill? Height 6 feet, 227 pounds, from Atlanta, Georgia. Bad Street, of course. Atlanta, GA, you know about it, Todd. Starting out in the early 1990s, Gill's career was at times quite painful and sometimes toxic. I believe he was in Toxic Attraction, and by being in it, he dated all the women. I think that was the case. Somebody fact check that if they want to. However, in 1998, he was able to get the job done, winning light heavyweight gold with a little help from his squad. Decades later, the question still remains, who's first? And of course, that's the Job Squad, and I believe the Toxic Turtles once upon a time, a deep, deep cut there. I do appreciate the readout here, and I appreciate how easy this came off the card. Oh my gosh, I'm here for that. See you later, goodbye. See you later. Goodbye, it's Gillberg time. Let's do it. And man, oh man, it looks like Gillberg to me. Playing a lot of hits right here. This is pretty nice, all things considered. Now, he's not obviously the most popular character, but for what it is and what it's worth, I like the looks of this one. Got the tongue out. I'm normally not a big fan of tongue out figures, but it works in his instance here. He would always do that on his entrance. Somebody get the sparklers going. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Got that Gillberg face and the bald head matching his buddy Perry Saturn. These guys could be a tag team, a lethal tag team. Who knows? You do got the ... tattoo on the side, and then you got Dwayne over here looking really good. Black elbow pads painted on. You got the 2 Fists of Fury with the UFC Goldberg style gloves. Black trunks, black knee pads, black boots, playing all those Goldberg or Stone Cold Steve Austin hits, you could easily say. Arms do go all the way around on him. You do get a little bit of limitations there. Sides back and forth on the head, waist articulation, and that's all you're going to get out of old Gillberg here. But a very fun one. I don't hate this figure. I don't know if it's going to set the world on fire. I don't know if it's going to let the figure collection guys retire off this figure, but it is very fun. I like this kind of stuff. I don't know if we ever need another Gillberg retro. I don't think so, but it is fun for what it is. But obviously, if I had to choose, Perry Saturn's taking the top spot for me, just because I know him. I know him. If we saw each other, he'd probably not remember me at all, but maybe he would. Maybe he would. We'll find out one day, Todd McFarlane. But there it is, a double dose of Perry Saturn and Dwayne Gill, aka Gillberg. What's your thoughts on these three? You picking any of these up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel and all the content it does bring. Check out Pro Wrestling Tees as well. Search Kyle Peterson over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast. Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday where our podcasts are found. We have video cast on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. So for another Wrestling Something Wrestlers unboxing, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?